And oh my gosh, I'm uploading this on a Thursday, so it's a Talking to Thursday. Bro, it's a Talking to Thursday, and I didn't even recognize it. I haven't done Talking to Thursdays in so long, child. Well, welcome back to Talking to Thursdays. Okay. Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nelly Lee, being authentically me, period. I haven't said that in such a long time. It almost feels foreign coming out of my mouth, but we're gonna like talk about that in another video. You know, that's kind of like not the flow that we're in right now. Right now the attention is actually on something that I've been meaning to come on here and speak about, because it was something that God had put in my heart and I really wanted to share it with you guys. I'm sure you guys saw the title and you're kind of like, what is she talking about? So we're just gonna jump right into it, because if I continue to talk, I'm just gonna end up in a whole different language and conversation, and then I'm gonna forget why I even started filming again either. So I just wanted, I know we see that, you know, a lot of things are going on and a lot of changes in the world, and there are moments where we get really fearful or unsure or start to doubt. A lot of conversations about the end times, a lot of things like that. I definitely am confident that God is on the move and that he is doing a lot of new things, and we as a people are entering into a new season. And I feel like what is most important in this time is mindset, but not just any mindset, but a kingdom mindset. It really had me just sitting down and thinking about, just in these moments when you are feeling all of these different emotions, and I will always reference that. It's one of my favorite videos on my channel, how I handle my emotions as a Christian. If you haven't checked that out, I really encourage you guys to check that out after this video. But with all these different emotions that we have coming up and all these different times of just uncertainty that we see, that we're seeing, one thing that I know for certain is that God is still in control. So with that being said, there were so many different ideas and just things running through my mind, and it really made me think about something like really interesting. Like one of the most relatable scenarios ever is you have an iPhone, or you have a phone in general, and you drop it and you crack your screen. Specifically iPhones, those screens crack very easily. And recently what happened was I dropped my iPhone, okay, and I cracked my screen. I'm a person that if I crack my iPhone screen, if anything gets messed up with my phone, I'm like, I can't, like, I don't want to look at it, get away from me. Like, it makes me itchy. I don't know, is that a thing for anyone else? Because it's a thing for me. It makes me itchy, but either way, that's not what we're talking about. There are some people who it's fine for them, but for me, So what comes to mind for me is like two different scenarios. I crack my phone and I can still use it. I can still slide, I can still call, I can still do things, but I'm like, I want my phone fixed like right now. And it made me think about my friend who also cracked her screen. Like it's a gang of us out here. It really is an iPhone crack screen gang, right? And she is like, my phone is cracked, but I can still make calls, I can still do what I gotta do, so I'm gonna keep on pushing. Until one day, it just starts glitching OD. Like it starts making it hard for her to text, it's making it hard for her to call, it's making it hard for her to be able to utilize it in its full capacity. And so now it becomes a problem. And I was like, okay, well, now I need to pay attention to this and I need to get it fixed. Whereas me, on the other hand, as soon as I notice the crack, I need to get it fixed. So I take my phone to the electronics shop and I'm like, can you fix this, you know? And they're able to fix it. But before they started fixing it, they gave me a warning and they told me that it could still be good, but it would just be a little different from what I had before, because what I had was an original screen. In that moment, I'm just like, I just want to get it done, I just want to get it fixed. Like I don't want to look at it like this anymore. And I'm just like, whatever, like I'll take it. But it bothered me.
I was like, no, I had an original.
It can still work, but it won't work in its originality. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, that didn't sit right with me. I didn't like it. But I'm like, listen, your girl gotta do what she gotta do, because I need a new phone right now, today, in this moment. When you want to fix your iPhone screen, right, you can either just get a whole new phone, right? If you got money like that, okay, I see you. But if not, you have to shift back into the Apple store. They can fix it up for you and your phone will be fine. But you know, you gotta wait a few days or a week or some change. It's just like a tedious process. You don't really want to do it. So you're instantly like, okay, what's the easier, the cheaper way out? And it just completely shifted my perspective on how things are supposed to look when you are broken and when you need healing, and when you can only receive the proper healing and the proper purpose and the proper original design from the creator of the product. Those iPhone scenarios really just blew my mind because it's so simple. The iPhone breaks, it's, you know, it's not that deep, just go get it fixed, whatever the case may be, as long as it works, right? But when you're thinking of it in terms of Jesus, have the scenario where, like, my friend, I'm broken, right? I cracked my screen, it's not working in its whole purpose, but I'm getting on by. Like, I'm getting by, and you know, it's working for me right now until what is that is broken within inside of you is stunting and stopping you from actually moving and doing the things that you need to do in a healthy way, right? Not in a survival mindset, not in a traumatic mindset, not in a fear-based mindset, but in a healthy, original, purposeful, intentional way. And then you have scenarios like mine where you immediately notice that something is broken and you're like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at it. I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to acknowledge that it's there. So what I'm going to do is quickly get rid of it. And I'm not going to quickly get rid of it with the original format and how it's supposed to be. I'm just going to settle for a cheap imitation to give me immediate self-gratification. And so a lot of the times we choose to operate in our brokenness and just deal with it, or we choose to settle for these cheap imitations of what it could look like to look like we're whole, but really we're not. And what the connector really was is that there are so many people, it's so prevalent today, there are so many broken people who are operating in either A or B. I may be moving and I may look good and I may be doing good, or I may be getting on by like the first scenario, but I'm not moving in the purpose that I was designed and created to move in. And what I think is so important now is that we really do choose the option that sometimes takes longer, that doesn't look the prettiest, that doesn't feel immediate, that doesn't offer that self-gratification, but it means that we're gonna have to do the hard work and the physical work to return to God, so that way you can operate in complete wholeness and purpose, intentional, meaningful purpose. It's almost as looking at, and I know we may hear this analogy a lot, where you break your leg and you're like, it's okay, like I'll just keep, you know, limping on by. No, as soon as you break your leg, you know, I have to go to the doctor because I need to be healed. So the same mindset that we have, that I need healing because from a doctor, because I just broke my bones. When I have experienced something, or if there is brokenness within me, I no longer want to try to operate in my brokenness or settle for things that I know won't heal me. I want to return to God and I want to stay there, okay? I want to be in a position where God can mold me and give me that complete wholeness. Because just like you think I paid a lot of money for this iPhone, God paid the highest price for you. And I just want to encourage you, you know, if you are option A or option B, where you're operating in your brokenness and you are literally at the point of a breakdown, can't go any longer, or you are B and you're like, I'll just settle for cheap imitations because I can't afford to go through that whole process, I want to encourage you, just as we return those things to sender and know where to go, I want to encourage you to go to God. I want to encourage you to let Him heal you the proper way, no matter how long that process looks like. I want to be healed by God completely. I want to be whole. I want to be complete. And most importantly, I want to operate in His will. I want to operate in the purpose that He has created me for. If you want to get to know God and you're at a place where you want to say, hey, I want to operate in my original design, I want to operate in the way that I was created to, definitely check those things out in my description box. But I would appreciate if you like, comment, and subscribe. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.